But let's see, Flash. I think he lost that engagement, and Bogus is already on his way up to the 12 o'clock position with his whole army. He's going to try to attack it with his whole army now, getting through the middle, finding some ragtag troops in the middle of the map. Flash forced to siege. He's got one tank in red that I saw, and now Bogus is making his way up to this 12 o'clock huge tank line. So as long as Bogus has a couple of Goliaths alongside, I think he'll really be able to pressure the 12 o'clock, maybe even take it down, because he's crawling his way up. Flash getting into position, getting into defensive position. We got a bunch of vultures, but not nearly as many tanks, it looks like, as Bogus has. There's Flash getting back to the high ground area, sieging right on the high ground sliver, and he was repairing one of those tanks with an SCV, and now Flash is taking two more bases, I think, down at the 6 o'clock and the 5 o'clock. I think Flash is taking both of those, going to really try to macro up soon. But there's a science facility floating out to get a scout for Bogus, going to be taken down by the Wraith soon, but that is giving Bogus some information of where the Wraiths are. Got to be careful with this minefield. But luckily he's got a large enough amount of troops to give him a great reaction time to take down mines. I mean, as long as he A moves, should be able to snipe any spider mine that pops up. There's Flash. He's just got the vultures in. Might go for a big surround of these tanks if he can get close enough to do it. Oh man, Bogus is crawling his way down. Bogus might have actually scouted these brand new bases at the 6 o'clock and 5 o'clock, because he's getting down here. He's awfully close if he scanned it. He's taking the high ground area right outside those two bases. And here come the Wraiths, though, for Flash. He's coming down with his Wraiths and his tanks and vultures, so if he gets a nice surround, a good pincer attack, might be able to get rid of those troops on the high ground and keep his two new bases. Because he's banking a lot on these new bases down the 6 o'clock and 5 o'clock. And Bogus is taking one of the 12 o'clock bases up at that 12 o'clock, the 10 o'clock natural, I guess. Here comes Bogus, getting closer to the tanks, trying to lay mines right next to them. This is going to take some excellent micro to get out of this situation, but Valkyrie's in now for Bogus to fend off the Wraiths. So Bogus really clamping down on Flash's options and getting closer and closer to his bases. I mean, oh, the Wraiths coming in. Flash doing a good job of spreading out with the Wraiths, though, so that they don't get splashed. That was actually a great spread of the Wraiths, and they take down all of the Valkyries. So that was nicely played by the Terminator. Going to give him some more time to focus in and take out these tanks. Secure his bases, his brand new bases. But here comes Bogus, pressuring the 12 o'clock again. He wants to take out one base. He's like, I'm going to at least take down one base. I mean, come on. But Flash holds. Yes, Flash has a big tank line now at that 12 o'clock. So I don't think that Bogus is going to get there anytime soon. He had kind of an opportunity if he'd focused in with all of his troops at one time, brought everyone in for a big push, but he was kind of split up, and I think that might come back to bite him if those two bases, the two brand new bases for Flash, stay up uncontested. But Bogus has to do something about those, because Flash will out-macro him eventually a bit. Another nice surround of the tanks with the mine, going to try to drag into all those. Oh, Flash, he snipes the mine. I saw the Vulture snipe that one mine, so he holds a bit longer. And taking out the Goliaths. And taking out the Goliath means that Bogus will have to retreat and get out of there, because that's an awful lot of Wraiths for Flash. He might be able to snipe tons and tons of tanks. Takes out another one. There's a scan for Bogus, so maybe he has some Goliaths in somewhere. But Bogus is trying his best to get out of harm's way with the tanks, but he has nothing to run back to, I think. Here comes a Goliath finally for him, coming in with two Goliaths to snipe the Wraith, but he really needs to up his Goliath production because he just lost the rest of his Goliaths. Oh, now he is. He got a lot of Goliaths pumping from those factories to defend the tanks he has left. But Bogus has taken one new base. Flash has taken two, working on another at the 3 o'clock. So Flash is going to have an advantage in this game if Bogus can't do something about one of these bases. He's trying desperately to move up to the 12 o'clock. try to get close enough to that to do anything, but Flash's tank line still secure, still putting up a great grid of defense at that 12 o'clock position. Getting closer and closer, trying to take the other high ground area now. Okay, getting up there, here comes Bogus, trying to get the surround. If he can get some nice mine drags, this could work out. But the mine's being sniped, and the Wraiths coming in again with the Goliaths in the back, though. These Wraiths are in trouble, so Flash forced to retreat a little bit himself. But there's the barracks in now for Bogus to get the scout and get the vision for the siege tanks that he has. The Wraiths will provide that for Flash. Coming in now, cloaking, but spotted immediately by Bogus, but Bogus does not have the anti-air now. He had the Wraiths and one Valkyrie, which were all immediately sniped by Flash, and now he's getting rid of the last vision that Bogus has. Bogus is just going to have to scan now to get his vision of these tanks. Because Flash, he's crawling forward, and he could go for the counter soon. He's been on the defense for so long, but he could really go on an aggressive tear up to the other 12 o'clock position, because he's kind of put himself right up there to do that. So Flash getting closer and closer to this 6 o'clock position now for Bogus. 6 o'clock and kind of in danger now because the Wraith's out front to get the vision for Flash. Nice tank lines. Flash is actually... this is Flash's game now because of how many bases he's taken, how many engagements he's won. Even though Bogus won some important engagements earlier in the game and it looked almost as if he was going to win there for a second, Flash has muscled his way back with pure economic grit, I guess you could say. Grits. What are grits? I've always wondered that. Anyway, Wraiths out. Lots and lots of Wraiths. So you can expect all these SCVs to die. Oh, those SCVs, those poor SCVs, they're doing their best. Might be able to take down one tank at the front, takes down one. Oh, takes down two, well done SCVs, and the third, nicely done. Those are great SCVs. They all died, of course, but they lived a very fruitful life. And really, that's what it's all about. Okay, so Wraiths come in to kill the rest of the tank that are up. Plenty of Wraiths to do this now, not nearly enough Goliaths to fight back Flash. And Flash has way more population than Bogus now, and Bogus just can't get close enough to that 12 o'clock base to really do anything. You can see all the factories that Bogus has pumping non-stop Goliaths, but it hasn't really been enough to fight back Flash yet. Here's the 10 o'clock base coming up now for Bogus, trying to compete economically. And Flash coming down is going to get harassed down at the 6 o'clock base, though. His SCV is in danger down at 6, so he's kind of transferring up with some of those. And the 5 o'clock position completely boxed in, so the SCV is trying to get away while the Wraiths come in to clean up the vultures. Some very confused SCVs in the middle. Oh, those poor SCVs. Oh no, SCVs going down. Flash trying to get them out of harm's way, a little bit unsuccessfully, but most of the SCV is going to make it back down to the 6 o'clock position. Bogus looking kind of sullen now, quite sullen indeed, because he's falling behind in the econ game, and Flash just has way more population at the moment, plus that huge Wraith army, which is great for harassment. Even with these turrets up here, the turrets aren't going to last long. As you can see, goes down immediately. And all these SCVs in danger, can't really transfer anywhere because they'll be hunted down and killed by the Wraiths. There's one turret left up at that Flash building a base at the other 6 o'clock. This is not really BM. Sometimes it is BM when a player builds a base at their opponent's old base. But at this point, Flash has nowhere else to expand. He has to expand there. That's his next place to expand. But Bogus doing fairly good job fighting back the Wraiths. He has his own Wraith and a couple of Goliaths, few Goliaths. Had a Valkyrie in for a second, but that managed to get to about half of the original Wraiths that Flash had. But still, oh my god, even more. Reinforcement Wraiths going to join the squad to pick off these tanks. A lot of tanks just very confused in the middle. Nowhere to run. to find that anti-air that Bogus desperately needs at this point. But there's Bogus trying to sneak by and get some more harassment, because this is the only way he's going to be able to muscle his way back in the game, is by taking out a lot of SCVs. And killing Flash is the icon, and so far he's done a fairly good job at that, harassing this 5 o'clock position and trying to take that down. Woo! Command Center sniped. Very quick Command Center kill by those Wraiths. And let's see here. Yeah, Flash is going to take that one immediately. He already built his Command Center down at that position. So he's going to take that for himself, start macroing up, and tighten the noose on Bogus, because there's really not much that Bogus can do against this kind of Wraith army now. Looking at all the tanks popping immediately, cloaked Wraiths. There's a scan for Bogus, getting as close as he can with the Goliath, but no, GG from Bogus. Realizes he was kind of falling behind, no way to really get back in the game, so there you go. Flash takes game 1, and now Flash is going to move on to face his teammate Action. Let's go to that game now.